Okay. Okay, so for today's, we let you guys drop in some questions that you guys had. Just some stuff that you guys wanted us to go over.
I have all of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Stacy's going to ask the questions, and then between the four of us, we'll just hop in and we will answer your guys' questions, and we'll go from there. Cool? Oh, look, we see you now, Stacy.
What's that? I don't know. But there's another one. There's another. I know.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay.
Sorry, I'm on my phone now. Okay, so I just got a whole list of questions that you guys posted in the post. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to read the question, and then between Nicole, Katie, and I, we are going to just kind of hop in and give you our little our advice about it, and we'll go from there. And then if there's enough time, once I'm done with these questions, if you guys have any more questions, just unmute yourself or write in the chat. So, okay, so first question, why is consistency important? I'll just answer that really quick. Consistency is very important because when you're consistent with posting, when you're consistent with messaging, just consistent with everything in general, it will let people know that you're serious about this. People on, like, especially posting, not everybody on your friends list on your Facebook, they're not going to see everything that you post all of the time. So it's really, really important to be consistent every single day, posting at different times of day, so different people can see them. Being consistent is super important also because it is a total numbers game. And so if you're consistent with messaging, reaching out, and all of that, then you're going to be talking to more people. You're going to be planting that seed in front of more people, and the yeses will come when the no's don't, or when the no's do as well. So consistency is very, very important. If you guys want to add your 2 cents into that.
So what I'm going to say to that is, it's just like, consistency is one of those things that's like, if people see you doing something one day, and then they, you only do it, like, let's say Monday, and then Thursday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever, the whole week goes by and you don't do anything else. It's just like, why would they want to invest their time and their money into somebody who's like basically not consistent? Because most people are afraid that they're going to sign up with you and you're going to abandon them. I hear that a lot, especially with people who've been in network marketing before. They're like, oh, my enroller, I signed up and then I never heard from them again. And so people are afraid of that. And so that's another thing, is it's the perception that it gives off. Is it's like, life is all about perception. And even though that might not be you, you're not the type of person to just sign somebody up and tell them to peace out, but that's the perception you're giving off when you're not consistent.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Katie, do you have anything to say? I like your bun. It's cute. Unlike me. Oh. Unmute her.
Hold on. I don't know why. There we go. Okay.
Sorry, my computer is frozen. I can't click or do anything. So
okay, I'll just keep you unmuted then.
So with being consistent, it's just like they said, guys, like, if you're not consistent, people aren't going to feel comfortable being a customer with you. And that is something that, like, we cannot stress enough. Just put yourself in other people's shoes. You have to put yourself in other people's shoes when it comes to this business. If you feel like you're following someone else's journey, but it's your journey, and say you're not consistent, say you're not posting, say you're not, showing that you have love and passion for what you're doing, would you want to be a customer or be a distributor with yourself? Like, just being consistent is so huge. And then another thing is growing your hundreds list. If you're not consistent, you're not going to have anyone to follow up with if you don't have anyone to talk to. So when the promotions go on, who are you going to message if you haven't talked to anyone? Who are you going to follow up with on Fridays if you're not talking to anyone? So when you're consistent, you're going to constantly build your list, and that is going to assist you with growing your business just that way.
Yes, I agree with that as well. And that kind of, that's another question. So we'll okay, awesome. Great. So next question is, how do you make this work if you're really busy? So I know that a lot of us are really busy. Maybe we have, other jobs. Maybe we're students, we're a mom, whatever it is. So right now, I'm not as busy as I was when I started. I know that Nicole is very, very busy. So we're going to let her talk in a minute. But for me, I'm just going to tell you, when I first started, I was a new mom. I was a full-time employee, and I was a full-time student. So I was out of the house all day long, Monday through Friday, going to work or school. And on the weekends, I'd have to do homework or, do papers or whatever, and then try to find time to be with my family. And it was really, really hard. It was really, really busy. However, I always reminded myself why I started this. We don't start this business, because we're bored or because we have we have money, but we're bored, or we need a hobby, something like that. No one ever starts this because of that. Maybe there are, but most of us start when we're busy working jobs, being a mom, a student, and we're just not financially stable in our life where we want to be. And so that's our why. So for me, my why was to be able to stay home with my kids and not have to worry about finances. And so I just always constantly remembered that. And I always kept that in my head. Even though it's hard right now, I'm really, really busy all the time right now, it's going to be worth it, and then a year later, 14 months later, I was able to quit my full-time job and focus on school and being a mom. And so it's completely worth it. It also, I can't remember what I was going to say, but yeah. So Kaitey and Nicole, I know that you guys are really busy too.
Okay. So, there might be some people on here who don't know me, but most of you guys know I still work a full-time job. My husband still works a full-time job, and we're Presidential Diamonds, so like we've said before, everyone comes into this business and had different goals. Justin and I started this business with mountains of debt. I still have like $180,000 in student loan debt. That debt's not getting paid off from like a 9-to-5 job. Like, it's not happening. Sorry. Mom life. This is what I'm talking about, busy life. Okay, so. Okay. So, Kaitey.
Sorry, I don't know if you guys can see me. My computer,
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay. So, anyway, with being busy, just like Stacy was saying, we get into this business, even if you are bored, it is something to do. But depending on your job, if you don't have time to post, there are apps. So there's an app called Buffer. Okay, you can set it up at night. When I was really, 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 really stinking busy, before bed, instead of just laying in bed and scrolling like I know we all do, I would set up my, oh my gosh, my computer is I'm back. I would set up my Buffer, and I would set up at least 10 posts for the day, and it was anything. And I would just scroll through my pictures, and I would go back like months, and I would find like funny things that I had saved, pictures of the family. I'd do throwbacks. I would do vacations, things I had planned, and stuff about the business. So I would post, this is what I'm doing for the day, or this is my office. And no one knew that I was up somewhere where I couldn't get to my phone. But people see it. So when you're consistent with your posting, even though you may not have that time to sit there and post, there are apps for you guys to show that you are open for business. And then also, if you guys are at work, if you have time to pee, you have time to post. So another tip for that is, if you see something you like when you're scrolling through somebody's Facebook, on the right-hand corner, there's a little drop down. You can drop down and you can click save, and it'll save it into a folder. And when you have time, go into that folder, pick a post, change it around a little bit, grab a different picture from your photos and just post it. So if you're too busy, that's not an option. Seriously, that's not an option for you to not be able to post. If there's anybody in here that's in the service industry, I'm still a bartender. Even though as a double diamond, that's just my passion. I still love to bartend. So when I go out and I go to work, I always wear my It Works bracelet. I can't wear like, you know, our gear, but I wear my bracelet and I have people ask me about it. So I'm showing part of the business. And if they ask about it, I can give them my business card. I can give them a Blitz card. I can give them a catalog. I can give them a sample of greens on the go. I always have those with me. And just keep those little samples in your purse. Keep a couple wraps in your purse, so that, you know, maybe you're too busy, but you have the option to grow your business. But I don't know, being too busy is just not, it's not an excuse. If you want this to work, you're going to make it work.
Yep, definitely.
Okay, so now that my son's calmed down. Okay, so like I said, so I've got a lot going on. So what I do is like time management is so key. And that's just, I don't care what you do. Like, I don't care if, you know, you're a stay-at-home mom, you got like 15 kids at home. Like, time management is so important. If you can't manage your time, you're going to struggle no matter what you do in life. So when Justin and I first started in this business, like we were kind of all over the place. And, you know, and my husband would always say like, you're always on your phone nonstop. And I know that a lot of us hear those complaints from our significant others. And so this is like a combo to that. So this is what my day looks like. Okay. When I first wake up, my kids are getting ready for school or camp or whatever they're doing. 45 minutes. I am either, you know, first post in the morning, I touch base with the team, I post my letter of the day on the team page, I touch base with the leaders, or I go to our diamond chats or whatever that may be. But that first 45 minutes, brushing my teeth, brushing my hair, getting ready for work, like it takes, you know, not that long to just, you know, post or do whatever. And then when I get to work, because like I said, I'm a full-time accountant, so I can't sit on the phone all day and just, you know, be on Facebook. Which is similar to when, you know, if you're a stay-at-home mom and you have to be paying attention to your kids, you also probably can't be on Facebook all day long. So for me, focused work is really important. So I do a lot of power hours. And when I restarted my business in like February, March time, those were something that just really revolutionized our business for us. And so I do a power hour on my lunch period, which is from 12 to 1. And so during that power hour, I do my letter of the day. That's all my interacting. That's when I message people, follow up with them, interact with them, go to their Facebook. I also use like Facebook lists. And so I go to the people that are on my, you know, potential list, and I go to their pages and I interact, like, comment, post, follow up, all that stuff. Then I have one of our children is on the autism spectrum. So he's in like therapy all the time. So I drive around all over the city. So when he's in therapy, that like hour or hour and a half, I am doing follow-ups, posting on Facebook, messaging the people who like commented or liked something on Instagram. So that's another power hour. And then I do dinner and all that other stuff. And then usually 7 o'clock on is when I do either another power hour or I do our team training, and I do all of my enrollments. If you were to look at our email address, all of our enrollments are from 8 o'clock at night until when I go to bed. So in reality, that kind of model can really work with any sort of schedule, whether, like I said, you are working full time or you're a stay-at-home mom, or, you know, whatever the case may be. It's just, you need to find how you can work focus time in your schedule, because none of us have time to sit on the phone all day long and just, you know, just kind of scrolling and just doing this like aimless work. You need to be disciplined. And that is what I think the biggest takeaway that you can have is just being disciplined and giving yourself specific things to do, like income producing activities is what we call them. So for me, that's my advice, is just creating some sort of time management. That is how you work this business and be busy. So.
Yeah. And what she was saying about power hours, we have them twice a week, at least twice a week, and they are recorded. So even if you cannot get on it, if you have a lunch break, or if you have a 30-minute break, or maybe your kids are napping or whatever it is, open that recording up and do your power hour then. And it can be one recording that you really, really liked and enjoyed, but you want to just listen to it over and over again every single day. It will help you grow your network and make sure that you are being disciplined in that hour and actually working in that hour. So we are all busy. All of us, have so many different things going on. And so that is no excuse why you cannot work this business, even if it is only 30 minutes to an hour every single day. If you're consistent with that 30 minutes to an hour every day and you really, really work, then you will be fine. So awesome. Next one is, it's not really a question, but it was kind of a statement. Why does positive mindset matter? Why is it important to stay positive? So Nicole or Kaitey, if you want to go first.
I'm obsessed with this question. Okay. So like what you say to yourself is everything, and I mean, maybe this is like, I guess I'll spin it around for you. If you tell yourself you're worthless, you're fat, you're ugly, you're nothing, you will believe that. And eventually everything that's beautiful about you will go, you will not believe it's true. And you will look at yourself in the mirror every day and you will think that you're worthless and you're fat and you're ugly. Like you'll believe those things. Well, it works the same way when you say positive talk to yourself. And I think it's all too often, it's more with women, but it's all too often that women are very critical of themselves. And so we critique and we constantly pick at ourselves. And so we tell ourselves all this negative stuff and we start to believe that. Well, what if you woke up every morning and you told yourself that you were worth it and you were beautiful and that you're going to be amazing today? Well, you're going to build your confidence up. And when you're confident, you can accomplish so many amazing things. And so that's why we say positive affirmations are so important, because really what you say to yourself is what you're going to project out into the world. And when you feel confident and you love who you are, that people can feel that. And whether people say it or not, people want to be around other people who are positive. Negativity, it's just like people kind of just like get sucked into that. Well, they get sucked into positivity too. Be a ray of sunshine, be a light in a dark place instead of being the dark place. So.
Kaitey, do you want to say something?
Sorry. What was the question?
Positive mindset.
Positive mindset is freaking crazy. And Nicole was saying how, like, if you say it about yourself, it will come true. But if you say it about others as well, it will come true. So if you are a negative Nancy over somebody else's life, or you're jealous or whatever, and I feel like if I put negative energy on somebody else, it always comes back to me as karma. And it's the weirdest stinking thing. But another thing that I really love about positive mindset is staying positive for my team. So if you guys are saying, oh my gosh, my stinking new distributor, Sally, she's just not doing anything and she's so negative and she never posts and blah, 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 blah. Guess what? That's the exact same way it's going to be. But if you say, it's okay, Sally is doing amazing. Sally's going to sign a customer. Sally's team is growing. My team is growing. I have this much in volume. I am doing this. I am accomplishing these goals. It's going to happen. This secret is something very huge to me, and I can't express it enough. If you don't know what The Secret is, it is on YouTube. It is on Netflix, and there's even a book. There's a Facebook page. The Secret is amazing. So check that out. And seriously, if you guys are just in a funky place, ask your husband, your significant other, mom, dad, whatever. Say, hey, I just need a second. Put your phone down, leave it in the other room, take an hour to yourself and just watch The Secret and get in the correct mindset. If you guys haven't gotten your 4 LCs yet, or maybe you're pushing for that last one and you just feel like you're stuck, go watch The Secret, feel better about yourself, get to work right after, and I promise you it will change everything. Last week on the training, I was talking about sticky notes. I put sticky notes all over my house, not only for myself, but for my team. And when I constantly see that I have a goal of signing 2 customers a day, or I have a goal of signing so much BV a day, if I get in a funky mood, I walk to the kitchen and I see it on my cupboard and I'm like, oh yeah, I could totally do that. I could totally do that. And that's what I do. I pull myself out of my little funk and I just get to work. So mindset is seriously freaking everything.
Yeah. Okay. You guys hear it all the time, you know, positive mindset. And you guys might think it's so corny, but it is so true. And you just got to try it. So what Kaitey was talking about, the secret, it's the law of attraction. And basically what you say is what you're going to attract. How you feel is what you're going to attract. And those are the kind of people that you will attract as well. So if you are telling yourself and you have sticky notes all over your house that you are a diamond and you truly believe it and you put the work to do it and you keep saying it over and over again and you keep saying all these positive mindsets, I am diamond, I'm going to sign a rock star distributor today, I'm going to sign 3 loyal customers today, and you truly believe it and you work for it, it will happen. And it sounds so cheesy, but I'm not kidding. It's a game changer. Like when I was going triple diamond, I was about 10,000 volume away from going in like the last week. And literally it happened an entire week because I believed it, because I kept putting those positive affirmations out there and just knowing that if I just put the work in, if I put that into my team and I poured it into everybody and I was saying it out loud and truly believing it, I knew it was going to happen, and it did. So I want you guys to write down your affirmations tonight and not say, you know, I'm going to, or I'm going to be, or I will be. I want you to say, I am diamond. Like you're already there and you're already believing it and you already know that it's true. Like it's already happened. Truly believe it and say it. What's your goal? I am diamond. With this whole BOGO thing, if you want to say, I am going to sign 4 loyal customers tomorrow with the BOGO cleanse, and you work for it and you're consistent with your posting and you're messaging people, it will happen. It is so, so, so important. So I want you guys to write those down and take pictures and show me because I love it. Okay, awesome. So yeah, it's very important. Next one is why shouldn't no's get you down?
I'll start on that one.
Okay.
So I talk to so many people a day, not as many as I used to. I mean, I went double diamond in 5 months. I talked to like at least 100 people a day, and my goal was to get 100 no's. Okay, so no doesn't mean no. No means just not right now. Everyone who says no goes on my list. I talk to them. They are still a potential. They might say no to the product now. They might say no to the business now, but I know that I have already talked to them, and I know that I have built that relationship, but I'm going to continue to build that relationship. So that means follow-up Fridays, or if I feel like I'm spinning my wheels and I don't know who to talk to, I go to my no list and I just ask them how they're doing. I be their friend. I build that relationship with them. And I'll tell you what, guys, yes, sometimes it is super freaking frustrating. It happens to all of us. There's times where I'm like, what the heck? People aren't signing with me. Like, what is going on? And then I'm like, hello, just like we're talking about, positive mindsets, because I'm saying no one's signing with me. But I change that around, get back to my list, and here I am a year and a half later. I still have so many people on my no list, but a year and a half later, they're finally signing with me. So just like I said, no might mean no at the moment, but I promise if you keep that relationship and you keep building that with them and you keep offering, even if they're like, leave me alone, they say, leave me alone, just be like, all right, well, I'm just going to see how your kids are doing next Friday, and I just won't talk to you about the business or the products. And if you just continue to build that relationship, relationships are huge. If you just continue and love on your no's, they're going to turn into yeses. So you can't get mad about no's. You just can't.
Yes. Nicole?
Yeah, I mean, Kaitey really, she took the words right out of my mouth, you know? It's just like, no right now is not no forever.
Tell them your number, like how many you signed. How many
Oh, man. Well, so when I first started this business, I just want you to know that my numbers were not like they are now, okay? So, but like I said, when we restarted, I don't know, something crazy happened. But Justin actually took statistics in March, and so our statistics have been about the same, but we roughly talk to 1,200 to 1,500 people a month. and we roughly sign about 10%. So that means that every month we're roughly signing about 120 people, and that's between distributors and customers. And so that means that I have to listen to almost 1,000 people, tell me, or 900 people tell me no. And like, guys, like 900 no's is like pretty painful. Let me just say. But what's great is that a lot of those no's, they turned into parties. And so like if they're a no for 1 month and then they're like, okay, well, I'll usually offer like, well, usually there's a reason. They're like, no, I don't have the money. And then I'm like, okay, well, how about you throw a party? Maybe if you get a few friends together, whatever, and they get to rap on site, and so something can come of it. So it just really depends. But yeah, I get like easily 800 to 900 no's a month, easily. So that's why they can get you discouraged, because like we said, it is a numbers game. And, like I said, or like Kaitey said, you just keep loving on those no's. And so when the $9.99 promo came out, all of us who've been consistent and who have 800, 900, 1,500 no's, those were the people that we went back to, because it was, no for whatever their reason was. And so, those are like how you're compiling that hundreds list and building those relationships with people and staying consistent. That's how those no's, like, will eventually become yeses. So there's people who watched me for 2 years before they finally signed. So that's why a no can't make you discouraged, because I guess maybe think about yourself. If you were a person who watched your enroller for some period of time, maybe you said no a few times yourself. So you have to kind of remember that, maybe you didn't jump in right away. So you would imagine that maybe the next person won't do the same thing. So.
Yeah. So at our 1 Team 1 Mission, I think that's where it was. Somebody had said, it's about 10%. And I mean, a lot of people took into their calculations. And so if you're talking to one person, 5 people a month, chances of you signing somebody is not going to happen. So I know that a lot of you guys have kind of been frustrated. Maybe you're just newer. You don't really know how to grow your market, but you just have to talk to people. You have to talk to more people, and you've got to build that hundreds list constantly. If you talk to somebody out in public, add them on Facebook, get their number, get out of your comfort zone and just get a lot of people on your hundreds list. If you're talking to 100 people every single month, chances of you signing 10 people is going to happen. It's high. So you just have to talk to people. I mean, I've been in for almost 4 years. The number of no's I've gotten is a lot. And there are some months where I get more no's than yeses, or more no's than the month before. And it's frustrating. It's still frustrating. But it happens, and no's are just a part of it. And it's total numbers game. If you keep getting no's all day long, that's okay. Think of it as your yes is coming. It will happen. It's going to come. You just got to keep talking to people. And yeah, so they pretty much said everything else. So no's are okay. Do not get discouraged by no. Okay. Let's see. One question was, what are the goals you strive to hit every day to make your business successful?
Well, I mean, I think that's relative, like we all have individual goals. So I guess for me, and I try to, portray this onto the team. I think that you need to have daily goals. So, you want to talk to this many people, you want this many no's, you want to go through this letter. Like those are daily goals that are achievable within a 24-hour period. And then you need a monthly goal, and then you need like a short-term goal and a long-term goal. So as far as like my particular daily goals are, it's like, I need to get in at least 2 to 3 power hours a day. That means that I'm working my business at least 3 hours, which for me is achievable. Like I can work the business 3 hours. But in those 3 hours, I want to grow my Instagram by, 500 followers. I want to, sign at least, my goal is to sign at least 3 loyal customers every day. So those are, you want achievable, but still scary. Like if you think about it, to sign 3 loyal customers every day means I'm signing at least 90 customers a month. That's still scary. Like you're like, oh, that's still scary, but it's achievable, but it's scary. So it's relative. You know, so you need to think of something that's relative to your business and where you are in your business, but that's still achievable, but still makes you nervous. So you have to work hard. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes. Katie, what about you?
So my daily goals kind of change. One thing that I stick to, and it is my staple, is adding at least 30 people to Facebook every single day. I only work Facebook. I don't do Instagram. I'm solely through Facebook. So mine is going into my who's not here?
She said okay.
But mine is going into Facebook and adding at least 30 people a day. How I add people, I go into my friends list. I pick someone who has an attractive profile that I personally love. And I go into their friends list and I find someone and I look at their profile. And then I go into their friends list and I look at their profile. And then I go to their friends list and I will scroll through and I will add about five people-ish, depending, and then I'll go to another person's and another person's and another person's, and I will keep adding 5 people. When I do this, I make sure that they are not with another company, that they are not with It Works, and that their profiles are attractive, and they are someone that I personally would love to have a part of my life. Because not only am I looking for business partners or people to fall in love with our products, I'm looking for someone who I can have like a lifetime friend. So that's one thing, is just building my Facebook audience. Another thing is doing my letter of the day. I know I can do my letter of the day. It doesn't all have to be at once. It's when I get a second. So when my son goes down for a nap, or say he's playing, I have a second just to go in, pick up where I left off, and go and do my letter of the day and interact. And then when I interact, that opens up the doors of messaging new people, talking to new people throughout the day. And then, let's see. Oh, and my new thing that I love is, instead of saying that I'm going to sign, 1 or 2 LCs for the day, I love to say that I'm going to sign like 150 or 200 BV that day, because I sometimes will sell myself short. I'm like, well, I told myself I'm only going to sign 2 customers. I know that hair, skin, nails is easy, so I'm just going to sign 2 hair, skin, nails, which is 60 BV. If I want to step up what I'm doing, I will say, okay, I'm going to sign 200 BV. I know I have to at least sign 1 system, or I need to sign a crap load of hair, skin, nails. So setting that goal, just like Nicole was saying, if it's scary, it's good because it keeps you pushing. But my goals change every single day. Honestly, it just depends on my charts, depends on my downline, what they've got going on, et cetera, et cetera. But building my audience, building my friends, and interacting is just a staple because it keeps my business going.
Yes, awesome. So just to add really quick, so like Katie said, it's different every day. It's different every month. Right now, I am, I just need volume to go ambassador. And so I'm really pushing for loyal customers, and distributors isn't really something that I'm really, really pushing for. Of course, I'm still posting about the business and all of that. But when I'm pushing for like one in particular, my goal is 5 loyal customers every single day. And so what that means is I need to be talking to hundreds of people every single day. And that's, adding new people on Facebook, that's messaging people, that's following up with people, that, just adding people on Instagram. If people like my picture, I'm going to message them. I'm constantly going to be doing that. And it doesn't have to be all day long. It can be in power hours every day. But if you're just sitting down for an hour and you time yourself and all you do is work, you can do it in an hour or 2 hours. So, yeah, a goal, you have to find a goal for yourself. So if you want to go diamond and you need 10 distributors, then you're going to have to talk to a lot of people every single day, and figure out your numbers. It's usually 10%. So just figure it out weekly and daily. And if you need help with that, just go to your enroller or, come to us and we'll help you. But, okay, let's see. We've got about 20 minutes. So I'm going to find some. Okay, so this is a question we get a lot You know, how do you stay motivated? How do you get your team motivated? And I'm just going to chime in really quick. You cannot motivate. You can inspire and you can be there for them, but you cannot motivate. Motivation comes from within. If you want to be motivated, if you want to motivate yourself, just think of your why. Find a self-development book. Find a YouTube video that will pump you up. You know, YouTube video or YouTube, Tony Robbins, you know, things like that. And I'm drawing a blank of who else, but just YouTube motivational videos. Sit down and really just focus on that video and just remember your why and why you're doing this and what your goals are, because no one else can motivate you but yourself. No matter what, you can look up to so many different people, but unless you're putting the action in and unless you're doing the work yourself, there is nothing that we can do for you. We can inspire you and help you and give you all of the tools and things we need that you need. But if you're not implementing them, then you're just SOL. So, Katie, do you have something to add?
Yeah, and that goes for anyone in your downline, okay? If you say you have a distributor that's just not doing what you want them to do, you cannot motivate them. You cannot do anything to drag them along, okay? If they are dead weight and you are so focused on getting them to work and getting them to their goals, you need to step back and realize I'm in this business to not only change my life, but I'm here to change theirs too. But there's only so much that I can do. I can't seriously just have a shackle and a ball on my leg and drag them around. I will personally just be exhausted. And I can't get anywhere with that on. So you can't focus and try and motivate anyone in your downline. I know we get this asked this a lot, but you just have to let them go. Send them a message and say, hey, I know that, you know, times might be hard or et cetera is going on, but I'm just letting you know that when you are ready to run, I'm ready to run with you. So send them your number, tell them that you'd love to meet up when they're ready, get them going when they're ready, but you just have to let them go or it will seriously drain you. And then do you guys know what a dream board is? Do you have a dream board? Have you guys done that yet? So a dream board is seriously something very simple. You can even just scribble it on a piece of printer paper. Write down your dreams and your goals for the year. And I have mine on my fridge because, I mean, let's be real, who doesn't like to eat? You get into your fridge how many times a day? So when I open my fridge, I see my goals and I see what I'm going to accomplish. So when I see that, I know that I have to get to work. So that's just something like in your face all day long. But yeah, just like Stacy was saying, just do motivational videos, get pumped up, know your worth, and just go.
So I'll add a tidbit. You know, if you're not a like motivational video person, maybe you like to read. There's I really like a book. It says You Are Badass. It's amazing. When I'm feeling down, I read it. I know Araceli's on here, and she and we both write to ourselves. And so that's something that you can do too. Like if you're having a really, really good day, like, and you sign a bunch of customers and you just had an awesome day, like write those things down. And when you're having a bad day, go back to that and remember what it felt like to be a rock star. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so you can like self-motivate yourself. You know, so that's a tip too. So I write to myself. Sometimes I write to my husband. Sometimes my husband writes to me. I read. So reading is a good thing too. You know, those are other things if, you know, you're not a big TV person. But there are tons of different ways that you can self-inspire yourself. Like, you know, we said that you can't, you know, motivate someone else. But when I actually got a message today, I get messages like this all the time. People say, because like sometimes I make my post public, and people are like, I just want to add you because your spirit is just so amazing, or your fire is so awesome. And it's like, I can't motivate them, but I inspire them by just being myself. And so just being you and whoever you are can inspire someone else. So just be you and just do you, and the right people will come into your world, and then it will all fit like a nice puzzle. It just may take time. So.
Another thing I like to do to stay motivated is every time I welcome someone to my business, whether it's a loyal customer or a distributor, I dance. I don't care if I'm in the grocery store. I don't care if I'm in the shower naked. Like, I don't care. I will seriously dance, and I'm proud of myself. And a year and a half later, here I am still dancing no matter where I'm at. And I'm like, babe, I just signed someone. And he's like, yeah, good job. So don't be afraid to like give yourself that pat on the back, high five yourself, do whatever, dance, just celebrate because you earned it and you did it. So that's something else that I love to do.
Yeah, I was actually going to add that too. I mean, every little customer, every distributor is a little victory. You know, don't get too high on your highs. Don't get too lows on your lows, you know. So just remember that some months are going to be better than others. And if that's what's creating the no more motivation for you, then just remember, you know, every single day, just shoot for one, and it just takes one at a time. So another thing I wanted to say is a lot of people who are not motivated, there's a reason behind it. You might be scared. You might, you know, worry about what people are thinking. You might feel like you're not worthy or things like that. Find out what it is and just focus on that. And the whole positive thinking, the reading the books and YouTube videos, they will help you. So just get to the bottom of it and work through it, and you will be good. So okay, let's see. I know that Kina wanted me to talk about hers, but I don't remember which one was hers. So hopefully, we've got so many, but only like 15 minutes left. So I want to go over some of the big ones.
So Kana's was asking about how we organize our loyal customers. So what sort of organized database do we all have? I use a spreadsheet. I use Excel. So for me, if they're like, some people use paper, I use Facebook lists. And so if they're on my Facebook, I add them to PLC or PDT. And then I put everything in Excel. Like, when's the last time I talked to them? If I follow up, that's the way I organize that. And then once they sign, there's a report in eSuite that says like downline orders, which I think is what was part of her question. And that's how I keep track of their auto ships, is because when you run that report, it tells you their name and like the day that they, you know, sent their like ordered or whatever. But that's how I keep track of my stuff, is just completely through Excel.
Okay. So for me, for my potentials, I just have a 100th list written on paper. That's it. I'm not crazy with the whole organizing. It would make me go crazy. So, but it works for me. So I have just my 100th list of potential distributors and potential loyal customers. And, you know, I have them right here, just a bunch of and that's it. And once somebody signs, I cross them off. I put them in my notes in my phone, my phone, just my notes section. It's backed up to iCloud. And every month, I just go back to it. I always follow up 2 weeks to make sure they got their product, follow up 2 months, you know, liking it, all that. And I always come to me if you have any questions. I mean, we sign a lot of loyal customers, so sometimes it's really hard to talk to them every single month. I try to do my best, but I at least make sure 2 weeks, 2 months, and then after the third month, I recommend trying more product, use their perk points, that sort of thing. So for me, it's just hundreds lists written on paper, one for loyal customers, one for distributors. And once they sign, I go to my notes section right away and I put them in first and last name where I place them, and then I check them off once they get their 4 customers. So that's how I do it.
Well, I'm pretty basic. I like pen and paper. Mm-hmm. I try to not lose stuff, but pen and paper and eSuite. So my potentials, I print out my Facebook friends list, and I keep it all in there. I scribble on my Facebook friends list. It's in my car at the moment, but or else I would show you. But when I have LCs and DTs that are signed, I just scribble this out real quick. But this is how I do it, and you guys can do it however. You will find your glitch, but this is something that's helped me. I do one for every single month. So July. So I have my LCs. I put the date that they signed, their name, and their LC number underneath it. And then for distributors, I put the date that they signed, their name, their distributor number, and FS for fast start. So I run reports. I see how many LCs they have, and I know by this date when they need to have their 4 LCs or their 2 LCs, 2 or 4 LCs, whatever. And that's how I know, because it's in my face, how many LCs they have and what their dates are. For loyal customers, I will go back a month of when they signed. I will go back 3 months of when they signed. And I give them just friendly reminders. And I will go into, I'll go into Organization Explorer in eSuite. I will look up their name. I'll see how many perk points they have at their 3rd month and let them know. Hey, Sally, your 3rd auto shipment is coming up. I just wanted to let you know that you have this many perks points. If you continue to order, you're going to have, is it 6 months? You get 50 extra perks points.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember. I think it's 50.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I let them know that if they continue to order, they're going to get an extra $50 in free product. So that's how they can continue to order. But yeah, I just keep mine very simple. I write everything down. You will get an email for when you have someone who signs, and it's also when you're personally enrolled in your reports in eSuite. So you'll be able to see who signed until it goes into your organization Explorer or Viewer or whatever, however you use it. But yeah, I just keep mine simple. I go back from month to month and I let them know that their auto ship is coming up. Ask them if they would like me to change it for them, how everything's going, and ask for their honest review. And when you ask for honest reviews, then you get a message and you can screenshot it and you can show everybody else that, my friend Sally just sent me this. I'm so excited that she loves, the greens, and look how much weight she's lost, or this much energy, XYZ. So yeah, staying connected, however you do it, is just awesome.
Yes. Yeah, just find out what works for you. Not like for me, I could never do spreadsheets. I'm not that organized. It would make me go crazy, but I know that it works so well for Nicole. So just find out what works for you. Okay. Let's see. How to keep up on posting. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. You just do it. You simply just do it. And you can follow some leaders for inspiration to see how they post, get some pictures from them, some ideas from them. And, if it's super busy, like we were saying, use buffer the night before, plan out your posts the night before. But it's just doing it. Because I'm scrolling every single day anyways. And so instead of just scrolling, make a post. And it's that simple. So I don't know if you guys want to say anything. It's not muted. Could you guys mute yourself, please? Thank you, Nicole. Yeah, Nicole or Katie, did you have anything to add on that?
What was it? Staying or being able to post, or what? What was it?
Yeah, how to keep up on posting. So yeah, how to stay consistent with posting.
So if you guys are new, I'll just throw this out there. There is a search bar at the top of Facebook. Whether you use Facebook or not, you can use the search bar at the top of Facebook. All you have to do is type in "It Works Cleanse" and then go to all the public posts. If you guys are stuck and you don't know what the heck to post, those are serious templates for you. Until you guys have the cojones to make your own and build your own posts, use that search bar. And obviously do not copy and paste. Change it up a little bit. Use it as a template. Change the emojis. Make it sound like you. Change the picture. If you guys are just looking for pictures, use that search bar, especially with the BOGO going on. All you have to do is type in "It Works Cleanse" or "It Works Cleanse BOGO," and it's going to bring up a bunch of different stuff. And it's going to show you a bunch of different ways to post. So, yeah, there's no reason why you shouldn't post. If you feel like you don't know how to, or you are feeling stuck that you don't know, maybe you want to make a post about, let's say, estro rhythm. That is something that we don't really talk about a lot, but like that product is amazing and there's a lot of people who like to use it. But if you're just stuck, type it into the search bar, use someone's post, change it around and post it. That's all it takes. Another thing is you can go to your website, you can go into eSuite, go to shop, look at the products, it has a description. All you have to do is change it around. So for, you know, the hair, skin, nails, all it has to say is who wants longer, stronger, healthier hair? Boom, that's a post. It doesn't have to be this big, huge, long, fancy thing that gives all the information. Just keep it simple, keep it yourself, and that's a post. That's seriously, there's just no reason why you can't post.
Yes.
I think we kind of talked about this at the beginning, you know, it's just consistency. Like I said, you know, people are, why would they want to be in your business if, you know, they're not consistent? Like, even if you're a customer, it's like they have questions about the products, and if they don't see you posting about your products at least daily, you know, what if they think they can't get a hold of you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if they have a question, they're not going to know where to go? And so it's similar, you know, it's just like that. You don't have to have these like big, massive, elaborate posts. Sometimes I literally just post on my page, like, you know, especially on Mondays, like, who had a crappy weekend and needs a cleanse? Like, it doesn't have to be like these big, elaborate, huge emojis with this beautifully perfect picture. I mean, those are great, but sometimes simplicity is good too, you know, so it's like a mix of all of those. So, you know, don't feel intimidated if you don't have like these, you know, what you think is this, you know, perfect post. Like, you know, like Kaitey talked about, use the search bar. I know on the team pages, there are sample posts. There's the signing oil customer page that has sample posts. You know, don't copy and paste, make things a little bit original. So yeah, that's just my little tidbit.
Yeah.
I just want to add something onto that real quick. So you might look at, you know, Nicole, Stacy, Paris, and think, oh my gosh, their posts are amazing. But here's one thing. There's already one Nicole. There's already one Stacy. There's already one Paris. What we don't have is you. What your friends have is you. They have you. So be yourself and know that you can rock this business with whatever post you make. So yeah, that was my biggest thing, was comparing myself to some of these top leaders. I'm like, oh, that's an amazing post. I'm going to use that. And then my post wouldn't get as many interactions on it because people knew that that wasn't me. So just be you, because there's already one of us.
That actually goes into the next question. So we've got time for one more. A lot of these, real quick, are pretty much the same, you know, like, you know, staying positive when people are negative, you know, people calling you fat, that sort of thing. It's just your mindset. It's just pushing through the negativity. So I, you know, I don't have time to read all of these, but I just want you guys to know most of them are about that. And so whatever you think is going to happen is what's going to happen. And if you let those negative people get in your way, then they will stop you from being successful. So just try your hardest to not worry about them, to not worry about what they have to say. Just focus on your goals, your why, and just push through. Okay, but the last one I want to talk about is how to be attractive on social media. You know, they feel like people aren't trusting them or whatever it is. So that goes to what Kaitey just said. You just got to be yourself. And if you just started and before it works, all you posted was, you know, maybe like twice a month, and you just posted like a picture of your kid or something like that. You still got to keep doing that, but you just got to tie in it works somehow. You know, posting every day is necessary. It's not completely work, but it is necessary. And so every single day, post, you know, before, or a product post a lifestyle picture, but also post something about you, you know, whether that's your kids, or, you know, maybe you love to cook, maybe post about your cooking experience, or like a caption, or like an actual status, like asking moms like what the best stroller is out there, like interactive posts like that. To be attractive, you've got to be yourself, because people know when you're being fake. People know when you're not being genuine. And so if you want to attract people on social media, then you've just got to be yourself. You've got to be who you are as a person, as a mom, as a business owner, whatever you are. You've got to just be yourself, and that is how you will attract people. So you guys want to add on that real quick?
This is just one thing that I kind of said before, is put yourself in somebody else's shoes. So I love to just step back. I love to go and look at my own profile. I'm like, okay, do I have an attractive profile picture? When I go to my page, is there too much about It Works on there? And sometimes I will remove some posts about, like, especially when the BOGO is going on. I like to post all the time because there's people on at different times of the day. So I will go and check my profile and I'm like, oh my gosh, I posted so many times today about the BOGO. If someone that I just added came back and looked, they'd be like, this girl's crazy. I'm only going to see It Works stuff. So I will hide some stuff from my profile and make it look attractive again. But asking questions, just like Stacy was saying, like asking questions. Another fun thing to do to show people that you are a real person is scary. Yes, I know, but go live. Okay. I go live about the most ridiculous things and people just think I am absolutely crazy, but they give me, their insight on stuff. I went live and asked people how to hard boil an egg. Okay. Like the most simplest, most ridiculous thing. You will be so surprised how many people got into my inbox with like different recipes and different ways to hard boil an egg. And I already knew how to hard boil an egg. I just wanted to show people that I'm a real person. But yeah, I mean, if you guys are getting like people who are saying, let's see, like, no, I don't know you, blah, 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 blah. Use a voice message. Use a voice message. Show them you're happy, you're excited that you're a real person. Get them on the phone. Get them out and about, and just show them that you're real. If you, like Stacy was saying before, that if, before the business, you maybe posted once or twice a month, maybe don't go full force into black, green, bling. Maybe just start posting like your office view, which could be something very simple. It could be you sitting on the couch watching your kid eat pretzels and you're kicked back and your feet are up and you're like, my office view, I love working from home. That's all that it takes. It doesn't have to be this huge black, green, bling. I love It Works, write it on my forehead with the Sharpie, keep it nonchalant, ease into it. And I promise you people are going to want more.
That makes people curious.
Okay, so I posted this a little while ago on the team page, and I just want to reiterate it again. I think that, we say a lot like fake it till you make it. When we say that, we don't mean be a fake person. We don't mean be something that you are not. We mean like go in like a bat out of hell and be confident, because when you are confident, people are attracted to that. That is what we mean. We mean whoever it is that you are, like, who you are. So people want to see that. They don't want to see somebody else. They don't want to see, what somebody else thinks. They want to see what you think. And so when you're thinking about posts or you're, thinking about whatever, don't be so easily discouraged when somebody says something nasty to you. Because if they know that they can get under your skin with one simple nasty comment, then you're going to be in for a really, really long road, So, I feel like I get that question a lot. Like, what do you mean when you say fake it till you make it? That's what we mean. It means that you might not be confident right this very second, but if you fake that confidence, it will build that confidence, So, first of all, that's what we mean. Second of all, I just want to reiterate what Kaitey already said. Yeah, there's already a Nicole Scuderi, there's already a Stacy, Galligan, there's already a Kaitey. Like these people, we're already these things. So you just need to be you. Kind of just like they reiterated already, like if you're a person, like Stacy said, who only posted 2 times a month, post those exact same things just more often. I know when I first started, a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you exploit your children. But it's not that. It's that my kids use these products every single day, and I want other moms to know that their kids can use the same product. So when Braden's drinking greens or Kingston's rolling around in green Fab Wrap, like, I think that's cute, and I'm going to post it on Facebook. And I know that, sometimes it's tough and it's scary to kind of put yourself and your kids out there, but lives, especially if you're using Facebook, lives get a lot of attention. Facebook wants you to use them, and so you need to use them. They get more attention than anything right now. So if you can do a live, if you can bulk up the courage to do it, do it. And then, like I said, it's just having confidence in yourself. And I think that when you have that confidence, people don't question it. When you come to the gate and you sound like you know what you're talking about, people won't question you. So I think, that's really it. I know a lot of people say like, what's this? Kaitey says this all the time. Like, ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. So it's just like, just do it. Just guns ablaze and just do it. Have that confidence in yourself and know that this business is for you. You are worth it and it will come. So.
Yeah, and not all of us start out being super confident and, knowing exactly what to post and exactly what to say to potentials. We just learn. We get out there. We fake it till we make it. We fake that we know exactly what we're talking about. We fake that we are super excited, and we are excited, but we're faking that, we're already super confident when maybe we're not. But if we're exuding that confidence, it's going to come easier and easier, and you're actually going to eventually be confident in what you're saying and what you're doing. And so always remember that. There were a lot of more questions, but it's been about an hour now, so we will go over them. I'm sure you'll hear us talk about them sometime. But I hope this helped you guys. And Nicole or Kaitey, if you guys wanted to add anything else, but thanks for being on this. You guys are awesome. And yeah, if you want to say anything.
I just have one thing to add.
Okay.
You guys might look up to us as leaders, whatever, but I just want you to know we all started in the same spot. Ambassadors start in the same exact spot. We start with $99 or $10 and we get our business kit, but we confide in ourselves enough to know what we are worth. And we know that we are worth passing and getting through the struggles of not signing anyone or, XYZ of reasons. The secret sauce is not quitting, okay? If you can get through your first month, you can get through anything, promise you. And what I really want to express is, guys, we are here for you. Your enroller is there for you. If for some reason they are MIA, ask in the team page. If you don't ask us questions, we do not know how to help you. Just remember that. You're not bugging us. We are leaders for a reason. We are a one team, one mission. We're going to help you. But if you don't ask, we don't know how to help. Nicole, Stacy, Paris, we all ask each other questions still. We have a text format together, and sometimes it's like, we should know this, but here we are still asking questions. So just know that we are here. Your enroller is there. If they're not, find your diamond upline, find somebody else. There's a team page for a reason. There's a search bar in the team page, but you don't have to know everything to get going. Just get going. If you are stuck, take a screenshot. Ask whoever. If you don't get a response in a timely manner, throw it in the team page, and I promise you someone will have a second to write you back and get you through it. So yeah, that's my last little spiel on that.
I don't think that I have any insane words of wisdom that I haven't already said before. I think that, like we've said, it's just confidence is everything. And I know sometimes it's hard and we all struggle with it. I still struggle with it even now. We all have moments. But you joined this business for a reason. Whether you spent $99, $59, or $10, you started for some reason. And so I think the biggest thing is understanding what that reason was. That reason will likely change. Maybe you'll reach that goal and then you'll have a new goal. Most of us started for $500. Well, I make more than $500. So when I reached that goal, then I had suddenly a new goal. So you just have to remember that the only thing standing in between you and what you want is yourself. So at the end of the day, whatever it is that you want out of this world, you have to be the one to go and get it. Your enroller, your team, aren't necessarily going to get you there. You kind of have to put that work in. And so this business is easy, but it is still hard work. So, I just want to thank you guys. I think some of these questions were really, really good. I think sometimes people get nervous, to ask questions. So I appreciate you guys. And like, Kaitey and Stacy said, if you guys aren't sure, if you're on our downline, there are diamond chats you guys can go to. If for some reason someone in there is not asking you guys, there's the team page. Somebody's always on, if your enroller can't get to you because, you know, for whatever reason, maybe they have a full-time job, there is someone. Like, there's always somebody. I know that Kaitey answers plenty of questions for people who aren't necessarily on her team. So don't be afraid to ask. There's no stupid question. Just ask. And who knows? Maybe someone else is thinking about the same question, and so you can help someone. So don't be afraid. So. Cool. All right. Well, I think that's it. So I will go ahead and post this. So thank you guys all so much. You guys have a good night.